Hey everybody, welcome back. I have another nail tutorial for you guys today, and it's this fun Summery Essie design. And of course I'm using all Essie polishes for this design, and I used most of the collection, the new Summer 2017 collection. With the exception of Sweet Souffle, I used Blanc here instead because it had a little more contrast and the colors stood out a little bit more. I have a review of this entire collection. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link to that down below. I am featuring two of my summer favorites here. This is Blue La La and this is Baguette Me Not. And they're two from my favorite summer series. Each season I pick 10 polishes and do nail designs and nail tutorials and swatches for each one. And this is the design I created using these two. And this is the dotting tool that I'll be using. It has the two smallest dotting ends that I have, and I like this one. I use it quite frequently. And I'll put a link to all products down below. Okay, so I did 2 coats of Blue La La on all my nails except for my middle and ring finger, and I did 2 coats of Blanc. And then I'm going to go ahead and put on this top coat before I do any nail art, so I'm going to add that top coat to all my nails. I like to use HK Girl by Glisten & Glow. It's such a great top coat. It's really thin, so even if you have to apply it a few times, it doesn't make your manicure too thick. So apply that to all your nails and let it dry for at least 5 to 10 minutes before you begin your nail art. So I'm going to come in with the first polish here. This is Eclair My Love, this coral, and I'm just going to do 4 little dots on this bottom half of the nail here, and I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to do the same thing, except these lines are going to be on the opposite on each finger, if that makes sense. And so I'm going to start at the top in the middle and go work my way in a little bit of a curve and do 4 dots on that side. And then I'm going to come in with Baguette Me Not, which is another one of my favorites, and do these other dots here, just following that line of the coral polish and swooping up the side. Now I do like to have the dots go smaller as you go, and so sometimes I'll do the first 3 dots with that bigger end and then I'll clean it off and switch sides and do the smaller dots with the other ones, or you can use the bigger one and just do a lighter hand and make it smaller as you go down. I wanted to make a little half dot on top here just to kind of make that curve continue. And you can take a brush and some acetone and kind of clean up as you go along, or you can do it at the very end, it's up to you. And then I'm going to come in here with Blue La La and do the same thing to both sides. I like to clean off the end of my dotting tool after each row just so it doesn't get goopy and string. And so I dip it in acetone and wipe it off on a towel in between each row. And then sometimes I like to get fresh paint as well for each row if it has dried out a little bit and gotten a little too thick. Next I'm using Fondant of You. It's this gorgeous orange polish with a little bit of shimmer. And then last I'm coming in with S'il vous plaît. The manicure definitely looks more clean if you make sure you don't have your dots touching each other, so you want to make sure you have your spacing just right. And then I let that dry for a good 10 minutes and then I come back in with my top coat again. Of course, it's my HK Girl by Glisten & Glow. And that's the final look. I really love to see your designs if you recreate them for my tutorials, so please make sure to tag me on Instagram or use hashtag inspired by gopolish. Thanks guys, bye!